Brother Maynard, bring up the holy hand grenade.
1, 2, 5.
Freezer!
3.
Arm yourselves, America. This is Defenders Live.
Hey, yeah. Here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yeah. Tell 'em turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last warning, a courtesy call. I am not afraid of the storm that comes my way. When it hits, it shakes me too.
Oh, you know what Monday is?
Yeah, it is a Monday, that's for sure.
Well, I was going to say, but you know what Monday is.
What?
It's the beginning.
It's the
new beginnings, new changes. The weekend is over with. We are back to
the end is the beginning is the end.
something like that. The world is getting ready to start new things anew.
Mm-hmm.
Blah, 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 blah. And apparently, people are just rolling on with stuff.
Oh, yeah. Tons of things going on.
General Service Administration said they were formally begin the transition power to former Vice President Joe Biden. And President Donald Trump obviously had something to say about it on Twitter.
Well, that's the thing. So it's not that he had something to say. It's that he was the one that initiated the process, and he wanted to make sure and get out in front of the press, but he was still a little too late.
Mm-hmm. GSA Administrator Emily Murphy released a letter on Monday evening. That would be just a little while ago.
Yep.
To Biden announcing the agency's intention to begin the transition process.
Right.
Trump tweeted about the letter just minutes after the letter was released. Quote, I want to thank Emily Murphy at GSA for her steadfast dedication and loyalty to our country. She has been harassed and threatened and abused, and I do not want to see this happen to her family, or employees of the GSA.
Right.
That's what Donald Trump tweeted.
Yeah, that's nice of him.
It is.
That's very nice of him.
It is. Quote, our case strongly continues. We will keep up the good fight, and I believe we will prevail, he added in a second tweet. Nevertheless, in the best interest of our country, I'm recommending that Emily and her team do what needs to be done with regards to initial protocols.
Yeah.
And have told my team to do the same, end quote.
So basically what he's saying is he doesn't want to put on the appearances that he's trying to just sweep the election out from underneath anybody. He wants people to see that he's actually pushing the process along, making sure that people are good, making sure nobody gets, sideswiped or anything like that. If he does concede, then at least the process has already started.
Yes. Well, it just goes to, he's doing one more thing that by proving all of these people on the left wrong.
Right.
Oh, Trump's not gonna step down. It's not gonna be an easy transition. It's not gonna be this. It's not gonna be that.
Sure. Right.
Trump, for whatever you may think of him, is not a complete douche.
And he's also not an idiot.
Yeah. I mean,
he has done some stupid things. Don't get me wrong.
No.
And he said some stupid things. Also true.
Yeah.
But he's not a complete idiot.
No.
I mean, the man's also lost, but also made millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
You have to be somewhat smart to at least get that far.
Yeah. And like I said, he's doing what they were supposed to do. Mm-hmm. They've seen irregularities. They are addressing them. They have until the 14th of December to get those locked down.
Correct, yes.
But that doesn't mean you don't start that transition, because as it stands right now,
yes,
Biden has the lead as far as electoral votes. Now, it could change.
Right.
It might not.
Maybe not.
We don't know.
You never know.
But at least he's doing whatever is within his realm of available options.
Right, of course, because, I mean, that's what he has to do.
And that's what you do, exactly. Mm-hmm. And so I don't see what the issue is. It just irritates me because I see nothing but people complaining about, talking straight junk about him. And these are the same people who have been talking junk about him from the beginning.
Uh-huh.
And the bad part about it is, I say bad, the sad part is that all they're doing is projecting. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, they're just pushing the same thing that they've told themselves and told everybody in their parties to do.
Mm-hmm. What they've been doing.
What they have been doing for the past 4 years. Yep. Literally destroying the economy, destroying the government, trying to demolish anybody's belief that our government can do anything, they've been destroying it for the past 4 years.
Yes, sir. And they just expect Trump to be doing the same thing.
Right. They think that he's going to do the same thing because apparently he's just as petty as they are. But which, yes, he probably is.
Oh, no, he's petty.
He is petty. And he can be petty. And if he wants to be petty, he will. But he'll be petty after he leaves.
Oh, yeah. No, he'll go back to, where's his birth certificate and all that crap like he used to do.
Yeah.
But I just the guy's got at least the smarts to know when to say something and when not to.
Well, sometimes.
And
when to be gracious and when not to be gracious.
Yeah, exactly. And I just
at least in this fashion.
Good for him for doing that. And
Good job.
Again, he's still keeping up the fight on his end of things, but
Right.
I don't know.
Well, so if you read it from if you read this story from any other line, it's literally Trump all but concedes the presidency. And
yeah.
You know what? Okay. Is that true?
No.
And why is it not true? Because
he hasn't conceded.
He hasn't conceded. Now, not only has he not conceded, but he also has
there is a
15 to 20 still
something like that
of the of all the stuff out there, of all the wow, that is a huge giant thing. Move on. Yeah, anyway. Lawsuits. Tons and tons of lawsuits out there still. Plus, he has the ability to not only do recounts for almost
appeals
every
and all that jazz,
recounts and appeals for almost every state out there, but he can do his he can force it to the Supreme Court. So
yeah, and I mean, but that doesn't mean you don't make the because
it doesn't mean you don't make the transition. It doesn't mean that you don't concede at the point of concession where it has to happen.
He is doing what normal people should do in life, which is you hope for the best and you expect the worst.
Right. And so he's planning for the worst.
He's planning for the worst because if he does lose, there does have to be a transition.
Correct.
And it has to happen.
Yes.
It takes time.
Mm-hmm.
So you get that ball rolling. So, because what's the worst that happens? So you get the transition through and find out that between through Supreme Court or whatever that Trump stays in.
Okay, so no problem.
So
Joe
there's
Biden
nothing.
just loses his stuff.
All those people that were there, sorry,
you don't get the job.
You fall away, and the people who are already in stay in. It's that simple.
Exactly. And if it happens to be because they broke ties with the one lawyer lady.
Mm-hmm.
If it happens to be that lawyer lady who broke ties with the Trump campaign, mainly because, and here, my theory on this, they broke ties because if she was representing Trump, she couldn't actually represent the people.
Yeah.
So any case that she could bring up about voter fraud would not be effective if she was representing Trump. It could only be effective if she was representing the people that were frauded against. She is a very good civil lawyer. She did a very good job with Flynn, and she won her last case.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's it's funny. I speaking of a real dumb thing, I saw a video of apparently there was some guy who was on a live feed.
Yeah,
actually literally praying to Trump.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
No.
Uh-huh.
No.
Yeah, I saw that.
No, you can't.
I'm like, you
can't pray to Trump.
Well,
Trump is not.
He's not a deity.
He's not your deity. He's not your God.
Well, if he is,
then I'm sorry.
You're sadly going to be
terrible
screwed.
Terrible thing for you.
But no, I saw that and I'm like, it's wackos like that.
Right.
That make the normal people who voted for him look bad. I mean, there's no way of splitting hairs.
Yeah, it makes anybody who looks who voted for him look like that person, and then you're like, do you want to be like that?
Yeah, and we don't. We're not. Obviously, most people are not like that.
No, most people don't want to. Flyover
like states are not like.
They don't want to be like that. No.
Robert De Niro thinks they are though.
Oh yeah, well, Robert De Niro thinks a lot of things, but specifically, actor Robert De Niro said supporters of President Trump have a lot of things to worry about once Trump leaves office.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
A lot?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
A lot.
Like what?
Well, he also predicts that some will have to gall have the gall to try and crawl back.
Crawl back to what?
I don't know.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's Robert De Niro.
Because we know that Robert De Niro is so,
where you have
a staple in
as far
politics.
as Trump supporters go, you have that guy praying to Trump. Robert De Niro is the exact opposite.
He's the left. He's the Rosie O'Donnell of the left.
He's that Rosie O'Donnell character. He's the antithesis of and he's that anti-Trumper.
Yeah.
All the way. De Niro's about as far away from a Trump fan as you can get. Last December, he actually said that he wanted to see President Trump confronted and humiliated in public, specifically wanting to witness the, quote, bag of Shiitake
mushrooms.
And hit him in the face. De Niro also told Stephen Colbert last November that America under Trump is like living in an abusive household.
How? See, this is the thing about between the 24-hour news cycle and the internet being what it is.
I can tell you this.
It is incredible.
Well, no. I can tell you flat out. If the news media was as balls to the wall with Obama or currently with Biden as they have been for the past 4 years with Trump, you'd have people just like this on every side.
Yeah, but then at least that way you could turn around and take people like De Niro and put him in the group that he belongs in, which is just a basket case of
crap.
People missing marbles and
Which,
insane.
I'm sorry, but most actors are missing some marbles. They have to be at some point.
No, and that's true. But I'm just saying, you could take, just like the guy with Prank, you could put him and De Niro into the same thing and set them to side and go, they're crackpots. Doesn't matter what side they're on,
right?
Because they don't pertain to that side that they are claiming to be a part of.
Yeah,
they're in their own little spot.
Yep.
They're in their own little place, and that's it. And we can't do that because of the way everything is, because of the divide. There is no that person and this person on both sides are crazy. It's no, my guys are not crazy. Trump supporters are like, oh, so he was praying to Trump. It's not a big deal. It's no big deal. At least he's not Biden or De Niro or whoever. And
or
then
Obama.
And everybody on the left is going, Biden, who sniffs kids and touches kids and is this.
Biden is a pedophile.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this step under pedophile?
He is so close to the pedophile step that literally he can sniff its hair.
We're talking razor's edge.
Razor's edge. He can smell it from across the room.
No pun intended.
No puns intended.
He smells it.
He smelt it and dealt it at the same time, and you know what that means.
Yeah,
he likes to cut.
And that's what I'm saying. We would be able to put those into their actual spots. But if you could do that, though, then we would be actually being fair when it comes to the split as far as actual policy and stuff goes. You would be able to say this is right and this is wrong. Not well, it's okay because my guy's doing it, but because your guy's doing it is wrong.
Oh, yeah, because your guy did the same thing that my guy did.
Yeah.
So your guy is wrong, but my guy was doing it for the right reasons. Well, how do you know their reasons?
Yeah. I'm so tired of all of it. I'm so sick of the whole thing. And the problem with it is they don't care. People, we haven't sat here and done our homework, and this is what we get.
Right.
This is where we're at. We leave it up to, the alphabet soup to tell us all of this stuff without taking the time to do our own homework. And then we have all been lied to. We have all been duped. We have all been suckered into this crap. And here we are to the point that not only do we believe what we've been told by the alphabet soup and everything else, but we're now believing about what they say of the other side.
Right. And
when most of us, believe it or not, we all agree on virtually the same thing.
Yeah.
We might disagree on how we get there.
Right.
Or anything like that.
True, yes.
But if that would just be a slight discussion, You know what I mean? It would not be near as ugly, near as crappy as it is if people would just, stick to facts.
Oh, facts would be great.
Wouldn't it, though?
Those would be amazing. It'd be wonderful.
But instead, it's like talking to my ex-wife.
Adam W. Johnson over on the Twitters. If Trump were a deity, do we sacrifice a stripper?
No, maybe just her underwear.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, because you don't do a whole stripper because that's murder.
Yeah.
But I like where you're going with that. You gotta keep everything on the up and up.
Yeah. Speaking of Southern Ohio Jackal, the pedophile step for Biden, would it be more like a ramp? I can see where you're going with that. And yes.
Yeah, I'm with you right there. Kevin Hutchins over on Twitter, who wants to bet that they'll find a way to get rid of Biden within the first 6 months. If he doesn't self-terminate, they will arrange for him to sniff a poisonous 6-year-old. Well, you get him where he's at, right?
Yeah, you gotta hit him where it hurts.
Hit him where it hurts. You get him in their routine, and you just kind of let it ride.
Yep,
so,
you just boom, gone
like
through.
He's going to do this, so you might as well just start there.
Right.
He is very routine based.
Yeah, well, that's the only way that they can keep him going.
Yeah. That's the only way he can move on his own. You leave him hanging by himself. He's like...
You tell him to do something on his own. No, it's not going to happen. But you get him in the routine of going out there and doing it. And like you practice for 4 or 5 days. And he's good after that.
Yeah. Bless his heart.
Fine. Yeah, it'll be all right. No problems at all. Speaking of... Joe Biden...
What was that? Was that a...
No, just Joe Biden.
Hold on. The way you just did that was a very white Obama.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
So, Joe Biden.
So, Joe Biden.
Yep. Gotta do the cadence where you...
Former vice president.
Kind of go slow. And then you always escalate at the, the last word. I don't know why he does that.
I don't know either.
But it's weird.
It is.
Very weird.
On Monday,
Don't.
designated former Secretary of State John Kerry to be the climate envoy in the Biden-Harris administration.
Climate envoy.
The climate envoy. That's better than the climate czar.
I was going to say, I didn't realize this until the whole czar thing came along. I didn't realize they literally made up titles for these people.
Yeah, you do. You can make up any title that you want and give it to somebody.
realize it.
It's perfectly fine.
It was the climate change czar or the
czar.
Climate czar. And
He just went straight to czar with everything.
Yeah, that was
everything
Obama.
was czar with Obama.
And now it's a climate now it's an envoy.
It's an envoy.
They're envoy.
Envoy.
It's very mainstream in 2020.
Envoy.
What do you think you were in Star Trek or something?
I don't know.
Envoy. Sounds like a Chevy commercial. Kerry will be Biden's...
No, it's a GMC.
Yes, well, yeah.
It's
well,
GMC Envoy.
But it's Chevy.
Oh, okay.
It's Chevy GMC.
Okay.
Kerry will be Biden's special president envoy of climate, guiding the federal government's climate policies. Oh, boy. I did not know that Kerry was still alive. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I thought him and Bob Dole were like out in a pasture somewhere.
Yeah, they'd been gone to pasture for a while.
I thought they kind of put him out there, just they're staples of the economy or of the government, and they've been around forever. And they're almost like the monuments in D.C. They just kind of hang out there, and you drive by school kids and buses go on field trips, and feed them grain out of their hand and whatever.
And he's just sitting there talking about the global climate change and them SUVs.
No, that's Al Gore. Not
Is that Al Gore?
That was Al Gore.
Oh, well, see, I confused the two because...
No, but you're close. The voice was deep enough, but the cadence...
The cadence was wrong?
Yeah, that was all wrong.
See, the reason why I confused the two is because they look the same.
They're fairly similar.
And they act the same. And they're very slow in speaking, and they're bad.
Bob Dole knows the difference.
Bob Dole!
Bob Dole always speaks in third person because Bob Dole forgets who he is sometimes.
That's the best way to run, though. As long as you continue with that process throughout your entire life, nobody will ever say a thing about it. You'll get asked once. And after that, it'll be on record. Well, Bob, why do you speak about yourself in the third person?
Once. The Biden campaign introduced a $2 trillion climate plan. Because, what's money?
Wait, hold on. Stop. Stop.
Hold up. Wait 1 minute.
Yeah, science has already told us that climate change has already passed the point of no return. I'm sorry, we're done. We're done. Science has said so.
Well, but then I guess we have
Are you a science denier?
Apparently they are.
Joe Biden and John Kerry are science deniers.
Yeah, because there's still intent on reaching a net zero carbon emission by 2050.
We already know that net zero carbon emissions by now, if it hasn't been done, won't affect anything.
Yeah. No.
And by the way, net zero means that everybody's dead.
Yeah, I was going to say, because that means nobody's breathing.
Yeah, net zero means everybody's dead.
So
you can't have zero. You have to have zero.
So they're talking about total global destruction by
total
the entire wiping.
death.
Yeah, the wiping out of humanity by 2050.
Complete.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
They have a good plan to do it. You know that, right?
At least I'll be old. I'll be older. Be ready to kind of let things go. I'll be in my 70s.
Yeah.
Or pushing 70.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah,
Pretty close to it.
I'll be all right.
I remember John Kerry.
Yeah. There you go.
There it was.
There you go.
I remember John Kerry now.
Yeah.
Took a while.
Him and old Bushy boy. Presumably, Kerry will be responsible for coordinating multiple federal agencies to implement policies to achieve that goal. His role will not require confirmation by the U.S. Senate. Shocker. Quote, this marks the first time that the NSC will include an official dedicated to climate change, reflecting the president-elect's commitment to addressing climate change as an urgent national security issue, in quote, that according to the Biden transition team, who made that in a statement. Kerry turned around and tweeted, quote, America will soon have a government that treats the climate crisis as the urgent national security threat that it is.
Oh my goodness.
I am proud to be partner with the president-elect, our allies, and young leaders of the climate movement to take on this crisis as the president's climate envoy, end quote. You know who he's talking about when he's talking about young leaders?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez?
No. Gunther Thunderstruck.
You been
Yeah. I keep saying her, and
thunderstruck.
that commercial still runs on there, and I feel every time I see it, I feel more and more sorry for her.
It's on Hulu, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't get me wrong, like I appreciate where she's coming from.
I'm glad that she has something that she's dedicated to. But
yes, for if what she had been told all this time that got her to this spot was true, she regardless. Okay, forget the truth of it or not.
Yeah,
it's a very noble thing, and I will give that to her. To be that dedicated at that young of an age,
right? To
be able to become that big of a voice is fantastic. I don't take that away from her.
No,
I don't.
That's fine. That's
and I
great,
don't.
You know,
the sad part is how bad she's been lied to
for the entirety of her life.
Yes. This is almost as bad as somebody who's been under a preacher who tries to sit there and say, things that like, Jesus was gay and it's in the Bible and stuff like that. I saw a video on that today too.
Oh, that's great.
It's fantastic. And all I can think about is all these poor people, and just like her, who have been duped into something that is false. And yet she just keeps rolling with it. And again, kudos for being that dedicated. But we're told that, there's nothing we can do.
Right.
We're told that we have to literally get rid of everything, including people.
Yes.
To kind of get to that
stop
spot.
Right.
And we can't actually go to the spot of, what? How about we just all learn to be good stewards?
Well, let me ask you this. What if we went to nuclear power?
No, I can't do that because then there's nuclear waste, and where are you going to put that? I mean, thanks to Tesla, we could possibly get ready to launch it into space or something.
But
can you imagine being the truck driver for that?
I got to make another haul to Mars.
Nuclear waste is not actually a big problem.
I know it's not, but they'll find it. Or nuclear fallout, because then they'll turn around and throw out Chernobyl.
The one time?
Yeah, which wasn't actually a meltdown, but
Yeah, it was it was a manufactured malfunction.
yeah. Anyway, guys, don't go anywhere. Be right back.
Chasing after that dollar like it'll slow down my hurry. Settle all my worries when I get it in my wallet. Quit dipping long enough to own a pair of jeans that don't have a ring in the back left pocket. Laughing at myself, admitting when I'm wrong. That's what this good old boy's gonna go out working on. Working on coming to Jesus, kicking about wrestling with our roots. Trying to turn off mama's tears and fill our daddy's boots. Shutting up our pride, fixing bridges we burn. Learning how to live and learn. Keeping our demons down and our trucks up and running. Loving them angels sitting pretty in the middle of them. Fighting with the man in the mirror till we gone. Yeah, that's what all those good old boys gonna go out working on. Gonna go out working on. Giving more forgiveness, picking battles we're choosing. Littlest cussing and losing. My temper and my tools. Dialing down my restless. Outgrowing my reckless. And my reputation for breaking hearts and rules. Realizing I got what I got for it's gone. That's what this good old boys gonna go out working on. Coming to Jesus, kicking about wrestling with our roots. Trying to turn off mama's tears and feel our daddy's
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
No, Defenders Live, Mojo 50. Go to mojo50.com.
Ooh, that's mojo50.com?
It is mojo50.com. Check out everything going on over there. The awesome hosts and shows going on, constantly growing, constantly changing. New Year's coming, and I promise you things are going to be fantastic.
Yes!
Go to our website, doaeshow.com.
Now that is DOAEshow.com.
Yes, it is. Go over there, check out all the stuff we got over there. We got the shop, we got the archives. So many things going on over there.
Don't forget that you can also become a Defender with us.
You
okay?
can.
It's $5 a month.
Just 5?
Just 5. Or you can do it annually, and you can save $10.
Yes.
$50 a year.
And something that I realized, I thought about this as we were driving. Me and the girlfriend were driving in tonight. Something we keep failing to mention about this whole deal. We also give you a shirt.
Yeah, we give you a shirt when you go.
We
when you go to
never
Defender.
we
never think
mentioned
about that. It's on the website. Go
but
look
it is.
it up.
You get a shirt. You get a free
Immediate
shirt.
thing.
An
Yeah.
Arm Yourselves t-shirt. You tell us the size. It comes to you for free just as a thank you for becoming a Defender.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter whether you do the 5 or the 50. That's how it's always been. And it didn't dawn on me until tonight.
We just don't even think about it.
I'm like, I never thought about nobody knows. The only people that know this are the 3 people that became Defenders and they got a shirt.
when we
That's it.
changed it over, yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
then the other ones that did when when we changed the policy, we sent the other ones out.
yeah, but still, that's my point. Is we never bothered
We never
to
say that.
anything.
Yeah.
So
you get a shirt.
you do. You get a free shirt for doing it, and it's not And then next year, we as 2021's coming in, there are a lot of really big plans that we're trying to do.
Oh, and we're going to make sure to do them. And a lot of them do actually support you for supporting us. So
Yes.
go over there to our website, doaeshow.com, become a Defender with us, help us out, which will help our show grow, which will help everything grow.
Yes, hopefully. And maybe it'll make a difference in the stupidity that's going on in our country.
Maybe.
You can follow us on all the social medias at DOAE Show. Use the hashtag Arm Yourselves. It's on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and and D Live.
All the rest of it.
And iHeartRadio under the Mojo
Everything.
50 radio banner. Go check all of that out. Podcasts out the wazoo. You can check them all out on anywhere, iTunes and iHeart and everywhere. Anywhere and everywhere. Go check it out. Good times had by all.
Yes.
Kevin Hutchins over on Twitter. While you are waking up to a hot cup of APR coffee, Hillary Clinton will be slithering out of her coffin for a lukewarm goblet of AB negative from Starbucks. I feel like there should be a jingle for that, and I don't know why.
I don't know. Maybe. As Adam W. Johnson. As full of hot air as John Kerry is, I would think he is the number one cause of greenhouse gases.
Yeah, he does kind of... he does talk a lot, man.
Yeah.
I just
For a guy that speaks so slowly.
it just all kind of ekes out. Just saying. It does. It's everywhere. All right. So,
yeah.
I was going to say, in Pennsylvania, if you live in Pennsylvania, let's start it this way. I was going to do it a different way. But if you live in Pennsylvania. Thanksgiving, well, for everybody in the country, but Thanksgiving is Thursday. If you live in Pennsylvania, I suggest, highly recommend.
Going to get your alcohol right now.
Yes.
Right
now.
Well, no, sorry. Tomorrow at the latest.
Yeah, tomorrow's the cutoff. I would recommend the cutoff because on top of Pennsylvania's officials already mandating strict COVID-19 restrictions applying to Thanksgiving, such as required wearing of masks when multiple families gather in private homes. The power that be in the state added more to the mandate or the merriment on Monday. For starters, Pennsylvania restaurants and bars are ordered to suspend alcohol sales at 5 p.m. on Wednesday.
That's the day before Thanksgiving.
Until 8 a.m. on Thanksgiving morning. Because apparently COVID is going to be in town in the state of Pennsylvania between the hours of 5 p.m. and 8 a.m., and they are going to be taking over the bars. It's almost like back in the day when, biker gang would come to town and you would turn around and you didn't hang around the bars, you didn't hang around the restaurants, you didn't hang around nothing. You got out of downtown because why? The outlaws were in town and you didn't want to cross them. Apparently COVID is going to be doing the same thing. They're going to become riding into town, whooping and hollering and just causing all kinds of mayhem and mischiefs and between the hours of 5 p.m. and 8 a.m.
Because COVID-19 is coming to town. What?
It's like a real... You know what? I just thought about it. And you doing that made me think about this. You know what COVID-19 is going to be this holiday season?
What?
Krampus. COVID-19 is the Krampus of 2020.
Oh, yes, it is. You're right.
I'm just saying. Oh, very early last call likely won't make for very festive happy hours around the Keystone State.
Oh, no.
Once work lets out. Democratic Governor Tom Wolf said that Wednesday before Thanksgiving is the biggest day for drinking.
No.
And acknowledged bars and restaurants have been hit hard by the pandemic, but that this one night ban is necessary. Quote,
just one night.
What is this, the Purge?
Just one night.
What if we save just one child? Don't get me started on that. I had a thought about that today. No, seriously. So here's the deal. Okay, so my oldest comes to me, and the girlfriend's mom is an amazing seamstress.
Right.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
The woman can make damn near anything out of anything.
Sure,
It's fantastic.
It's great.
And he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, do you think Gigi," that's what he calls her, "do you think Gigi would make me a mask?" And I'm like, "Why do you need a mask?" He's like, "Well, when I go into school." So he's on the rotating thing where
so he needs to have a mask for school.
First part of the week, he stays at home. Of course, he's with me. And then the second half is when he's supposed to be in class, in the building.
Right.
And so it didn't occur to me. I'm like, so wait a second. So you have to wear a mask to be in school? He said, yeah. I said, okay. Well, yesterday, the girlfriend was at Walmart, her and her mom and her two girls. And we're FaceTiming back and forth on stuff and trying to get things nailed down that we needed and blah, blah, blah. And it dawned on me. I'm like, it just kind of set in how the girls, kids, and not just hers, but every kid I saw, what little bit of them I saw in the FaceTime, none of them had masks.
Right.
So I present this information, this evidence to you, the people. What the hell is the point? If kids can go around anywhere else in public, any other store in public, and not have to wear a mask, but they're going to be in school and they have to wear one?
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense at all. At all. And I know this is a tangent. It's just something that's stuck in my head, has been eating at me all day. And I didn't think I was going to have a chance to do it, but here we are. Here's the doorway, and I took a tangent and ran. Okay. Anyway, according to Tom Wolfe's tweet, quote, "Today I'm announcing efforts to slow the spread of COVID-19 as cases reach critical levels."
Critical levels.
Critical levels.
It's going critical.
It's going to be epic. Quote, "The things that we can't do is ignore reality and say, yeah, you folks, for no fault of your own, have been hit hardest by the virus. But the virus is what's doing this. It's not me. It's not the administration. It's not the government."
No, it is you.
I don't. So hold on. No. Hold on. That just backed up my original point.
Krampus.
Well, no, I was going to say before that, the COVID's coming into town like a biker gang and saying, you know what, we are laying out our demands.
It's not me, okay? It's not the government.
It's an imaginary thing that nobody can do.
It's the Hells Angels. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not my fault.
They sent warning ahead of time.
The virus emailed me the other day and said that you have to be gone out of the bars and the restaurants between the hours of 5 and 8.
Because that's when it's coming to town.
Because that's the witching hour. I'm so sick of it. And I hate to say that. I hate to say this. It's going to take the entire country standing up and saying, go somewhere and do something to yourself.
Right.
That's what it's going to take.
Actually,
and we're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. It's wishful thinking.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It really is. There are going to be people who are going to capitulate. There are going to be people who just kind of roll over and take it. And and as the joke sounds, it's exactly what they're doing.
Yes.
It is exactly as the pun would imply. They're taking it. And they don't care. Health Secretary Dr. Rachel Levine said other mitigation measures are, quote, targeted protections for businesses and gatherings.
Are they now?
An advisory for Pennsylvanians to stay home and enforcements on public health orders like the recent strengthened mask mandate. That is according to the local
strengthened mask mandate.
Yeah. Wolf also said police will step up enforcement efforts and, quote, issue citations and fines and possibly undertake regulatory actions for repeat offenders. So basically, they're going to write you tickets. They're going to fine you and possibly arrest you. Now, I'm sorry. I have made it clear, and people don't think I'm joking, or people don't think I'm serious. You're dead serious. Send me to jail.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Please do that. Because
you already have the entire state of New York saying, screw you, we're not going to police people for not wearing a mask.
Yeah. It's so dude.
Yeah. Sweat of his prime over on the Twitters. The Covitching hour?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. It appears, while some Twitter commenters were in favor of the new restrictions,
sure, yeah.
Again, those referring to the people who roll over and take it and
roll over and die.
Blah blah blah.
Yes.
Rub my belly. Here's my throat. You can see that. There are a lot of people who weren't. Quote, I don't even drink and this is wrong. What's the science behind this?
There's none.
Another one. Seriously, what is your effing problem? You're an effing a-hole. This will destroy a huge night for businesses.
That is very true.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Quote, why? This S is getting crazy. What's the science with this stripping of rights?
There is none.
There isn't. Another one, maybe the liquor stores could just self-identify all their stock as root beer. That's a good one.
I mean, you could.
Or some kind of like feminine cleaning product or something.
Right. And you can sell as much as you want of that.
There you go.
Any of those.
Because then it's a health issue at that point.
Right.
Or bleach. You can sell it all as a cleaner.
Bleach. Yeah, it's all cleaner.
Another one. Will there be special stimulus for all the service employees who are counting on a big night like Thanksgiving Eve to make up a bit for all of the losses they've already taken?
No, that would take too long.
Well, that, and again, they're going to turn around. I'm convinced, and we haven't seen it yet, and they obviously haven't said anything yet, but I'm convinced all of the stimulus checks and everything that we've gotten, they're going to make us claim it at the end of the year. I have this sick feeling in my stomach. They're going to make us claim it. So you're not really going to get to keep it. Just saying.
I think you might be right.
I'm
especially if Joe Biden takes office.
Oh, I know. Let's see. Another one. Raw and arbitrary exercises of power is an intoxicant.
It is. It's very true. And there's a lot of it there.
Another one, finally. How people continue to vote for Democrats is beyond me.
It is beyond a lot of us, but you live in Pennsylvania where apparently you voted for Biden.
Well, again, it comes back to people are not doing their own homework. They're not doing their responsibility. They're leaving it up to other people who are lying to them intentionally.
Yes.
And they are buying it. And what happens is they turn around and are accepting what they're being told because they believe that these people are doing them. And why would they lie to me? They have no reason to lie to me, except for they do because they have an agenda and a plan.
Right. That is correct. Now, Sweatimus Prime over there is sullied about the fact that we're utilizing Twitter messages back and forth as part of the story. Well, it is part of the story. And yes, it is sad that Twitter messaging back and forth is part of a story, but that's our society as of today.
Yeah.
It's like man on the street comments.
Yeah.
Except for it's written down so we don't have to listen to them sound like idiots.
And I don't have to go chase these people down and ask.
Or play the video.
That too, because that can take a while.
Yeah. Sometimes
that's a lot of editing.
And it always screws up.
It does.
Every single time. Speaking of screw-ups, California Governor Gavin Newsom gets into isolation with the entire family following COVID-19 exposure.
Oh.
Yeah, you want to know where he got exposed?
Where? Hold on. Was it in a public park? Did some guy walk up and be like, woohoo? No, wrong exposure.
That's wrong. That's a different type of, that's
a northern exposure.
That's well, that's southern exposure, honestly, but it's that's the type that he would gladly accept.
He just wouldn't admit it to his wife.
That's right. In the early Monday morning series of tweets, Newsom wrote, late Friday evening, my wife and I learned that our 3 children have been exposed to an officer from the California Highway Patrol who had been tested positive for COVID-19. So your kid got pulled over. And because your kid got pulled over by the Highway Patrol, your entire family has now been exposed.
Oh, well.
He says, thankfully, my entire family tested negative today. However,
it's
consistent with local guidance. We will be quarantined for 14 days. Do not talk to us. Do not come and get us.
So basically, he's going to do what he's been doing in the state of California
and hide.
Forever itches, which
he's
is
just
nothing.
going to vanish and hide for another couple of months.
Good for him.
And he's going to come out of this smelling like roses once again.
Good for him.
Yeah, it's just how it is. It's surprising that he didn't catch COVID from that giant, like 700 person event that he was at inside with no mask.
Yeah.
It's crazy how he didn't catch it from there.
I'm so tired of all of this.
But he caught it from his kid, potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to hurt.
Yeah, so...
This is going to hurt.
Florida...
shifting gears now.
Shifting just...
Complete switch.
We're going straight to reverse and then hit back into fifth. The Florida Holocaust Museum.
I didn't know Florida had a Holocaust museum. To be perfectly honest with you.
They do. The Florida Holocaust Museum opened a brand new exhibit.
Oh, good.
Yeah, a new exhibit.
A good one.
You'd probably love it.
I doubt that just by the look of your face. I probably won't.
I mean, well, come on. They have all, they have the, the
what?
Auschwitz and all the rest of it. And
yeah. Dachau and all that.
Dachau and Auschwitz and, the Anne Frank thing and all that good stuff, so they opened a new one.
I saw a bad video. Somebody who said you could turn around and play the Anne Frank video game where it opened. The video game opened up and it's first person view of an attic. Because when you first get a video game, you walk through the controls.
Sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Move this, press the stick forward, back, side to side.
Yeah, right.
Triangle to jump.
Yeah.
So you hit triangle to jump and here. So it sits there and it opens up and there's a thing. First button, hit triangle to jump. You hit jump and it goes, down under the ceiling. And it's over. And that was the end of it. I was like, oh, that's not right. It's funnier than hell, but it's not right.
That's terrible. That is horrible, and I laughed anyway. Now, the Holocaust Museum is opening up a brand new exhibit on George Floyd.
Hold on. I'm sorry. You said George Floyd.
Yes, the Holocaust Memorial Resource and Educational Center.
George Floyd.
In Maitland, Florida.
George Floyd.
Which was founded in 1981.
George Floyd, the guy
with the help of Tess Wise, a Holocaust survivor from Poland.
Tess Wise. Okay, cool. Yeah, I gotcha. George Floyd, the black guy who died in Michigan.
Last week, the Holocaust Memorial Resource and Educational Center opened up a new exhibit titled Uprooting Prejudice.
Hold on.
Faces of Change.
He had a heart attack and died under police custody in Michigan.
In the wake of George Floyd's murder, we felt it important to bring the meaning of the aftermath to our museum. That was the Holocaust Resource and Educational Center's spokesperson, as they said. George Floyd died on May 25th while in police custody. It was not murder.
Keep talking. I'm looking something up.
The exhibit features 45 black and white photos of individuals depicting their powerful emotions and thoughts in response to racism.
Okay. Wait a minute. So it's not even about him. It's about people being pissed off about something. And I guarantee you, they don't even have some of these pictures. If they were able to actually look, I bet you will find some of those pictures are for stuff that have nothing to do with George Floyd at all.
Wow. The world is complex.
No, it's not really.
Historical wounds are deep.
I'm sorry, what?
Historical wounds, they're deep.
Okay.
And in all the heated rhetoric of the day, we forget to listen.
Okay.
We forget. We forget to listen.
We do? Okay.
I hope that these stories and these faces, that you can understand the events of our day in a new way. I hope you can challenge some of your own preconceptions. And I hope that you can see the humanity of each and every person.
No, I see a bunch of whiny ass people.
When I photograph a person, no matter what they are, no matter who they are, I strive to leave a simple message.
Oh, there's your first mistake.
I see you. I hear you. And you matter.
Excuse me, I gotta go vomit. While you were reading that thing and my ears were bleeding a little bit, I went and looked up a word. The word Holocaust. You want to know what the word Holocaust actually means? The actual definition as per dictionary.com.
Yeah.
Okay. Holocaust. The very first thing, the Holocaust definition: destruction or slaughter on a mass scale.
Right. That's a Holocaust for sure.
Especially caused by fire or nuclear war. Okay.
Or by
George
millions.
Floyd dying is not slaughter or destruction on a mass scale.
False claims of systematic racism is not a Holocaust.
No.
Does not a Holocaust make.
No.
And a Holocaust museum should not be representing itself in these matters.
Nope. And just for clarity, to the continuation of number one, the definition, the destruction or slaughter of a mass scale, especially caused by nuclear war or fire.
Yeah.
The 1A the mass murder of Jewish people under the German Nazi regime during the period of 1941 to 1945. More than 6 million European Jews, as well as members of other persecuted groups such as the Romani people and gay people, were murdered at concentration camps such as Auschwitz. Okay, that's all one thing.
You also include black people in there.
Yeah, well,
the black peoples were in there.
2, a historical Jewish sacrificial offering that was burnt completely on an altar. Has nothing to do with black people. Has nothing to do with the alleged systemic racism that is going on. Nothing.
Nothing at all?
They opened up. This is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. This very thing, this opening of this crap in this museum in Florida is the same propaganda bull hockey that manipulated, I guess is the word I want to use, that had lied to, that has duped someone like the Greta Thunder, whatever the hell her real last name is. Greta, what's her name? Greta Thunderberg.
You been
I don't remember. I'm sorry. I don't know. Greta, I want to say Greta Van Susteren, and I know that's not her, but
I think it's Thunberg?
Greta Thunberg or something like that.
Yeah, something.
Whatever her real name is.
That young girl.
Yes. That sails around on a boat. Bless her heart.
And acts like she's homeless.
I know. This is the same stuff that duped her.
Yes.
And the problem with it is eventually this kind of stuff is going to keep popping up more and more and more and more.
Yes.
And eventually people are going to start buying into it. And then eventually it's going to be truth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's no saving anything. I know. And again, the world is going to have to end at some point. It's going to have to go to hell for Jesus to come back. It's going to have to.
Yeah, I mean, things have to go pretty south.
I guess we all kind of hope that it would be the next generation or generations after to where we're all long and gone. But apparently,
I kind of would like to see it happen. Honestly,
I don't know. I mean, I kind of do. And I'm
all your faith realized into one thing right there.
At the same time, I just don't like seeing people like this because that's how I've always been with things. I don't like to see the end. You know what I mean? Even when it comes to horrible human beings who are put to death because of that's what they have been given as far as convictions for their crimes and everything else.
Yes.
Even then, I don't like it because once that shoe drops, once the end happens, there is no going back. There's no fixing it. There's no chance for that human being to be able to fix anything. And even if they're bad enough that they're locked in solitary and they're forever and we don't know full intent or full anything on there, there's still always, every day that they breathe, there's a chance that they can fix themselves, even if they can't do anything outside those walls. And it saddens me. And that's the only reason why I'm not a fan of what's going on now.
Yeah.
Because people are falling for this crap, hook, line, and sinker.
Yep.
And the lines are being drawn. And
it's pretty horrible, honestly.
It's sad. But anyway.
President-elect John Geek over on the Twitters.
Mm-hmm.
George Floyd is a Holocaust survivor, and Gavin Newsom is a great governor. And Biden can speak clearly.
What is this, backwards day?
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't see it on the calendar, so I didn't.
Slug of the Masters of the Universe. It's okay, Dylan. I'll get a sponge to clean up your exploded tumor, or is that gray matter?
The tumor is not happy today. It hasn't been happy all day.
It's been a while. It hasn't been happy all week.
I'm at this point, I'm hoping that it explodes at the side of my head.
It wouldn't be too bad. But then again, New York Times writers admit that Trump was right.
Wait, the New York Times?
The New York Times admitted that Trump was right when it came to reopening schools.
Wow.
Right?
That's,
yeah.
You'll never see that in print. You know why they're saying that? Because he's transitioning.
He's about to leave. That's right.
And now they're going to go back. You watch.
Now they're going to go back and go verify all the stuff that they did and said, well, he was actually kind of right about this.
Well, not just that.
And they're going to start saying that the policies that he did, not saying that they're his policies, but they're going to say the policies that he was presenting are the policies to push forward.
Just saying, not for nothing. I'm telling you now, I'm calling it. Here within probably by the end of Biden's term,
If Biden gets elected.
if Biden officially gets it, they're going to be everybody's going to be buddy with Trump again.
Oh, yeah, they're all going to love him.
I'm just saying.
It won't even be that long.
And I'll give it to the 4 years.
You give it 4 years?
Yeah, because they're going to get past it. The supporters and everything are going to get past it.
It's going to be almost immediate.
Maybe.
Nah.
We can only hope.
As long as he's out of office, they don't care. Anyway.
That's true.
Good evening, Mojo 50. I'm Leprechaun, and here with the bell count grade for the day. Monday, November 23rd, 2020. Over the weekend, we had 2 missed innuendo bells, 14 actual bells, 3 2020 Tadas, 2 rim shots, 2 Wawas, and an oh my gosh. Giving us an A for the weekend. Peace out, boys. Stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, guys. That's it. We'll see y'all tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully, Carrie will be in. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I love that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
I